Usually the winter months here on the farm are pretty slow, but this month or this year they're going to be really, really busy. Yeah, we got a lot of changes happening here on the farm this year. And whenever we had our barn fire back in '06, we added a piece over here on the side where we made room for calves. And that has worked very, very well for us, but we're kind of running out of space there. We are running out of space. We're really crowded for calves, and we've been talking about doing something different for a while for our calves. We haven't done it yet, but we're also considering some other changes here, and which is going to make us have to move our calves out of there. So we are going to build a calf barn here. We're going to probably get started on that here before too long. We made it through. Man, that was a job and a half. Everything's starting to happen around here. We're pushing the topsoil off. We're getting ready to get some slate. We're over here at the slate pit. We have a small pile of clay that was dumped here. Some stony clay we're taking over and putting down in the bottom. Well, we're all done. We got the pad all done. So kept all the snow off of this pad here that we put down for the calf barn. Got everything all ready. We went and covered it with plastic. It's supposed to get down to about 20 tonight. Covered it with plastic because it was going to get really cold last night. In here today for electric. Our main center pole is right here in the driveway, so we're going to run a wire above ground from there over to here, and then we're going to dig a ditch and drop underground from the rest of the way up. So when we dropped that thing in, that was kind of a hair-raising experience. We drilled the hole in the ground about 6.5 feet, and then we had to work our way in and get that thing flipped down in, but we got it. Got this little mini excavator, and he caught one rock here so far, but we were able to work around it here. We'll have to get a shovel and clean the ditch out a little bit, but other than that, should be good to go. Like I say, different times, you never know what you're going to get into in a day's work, but there's a rock we hit over here, and I was trying to get my skid loader over here to bust it out, and my one front wheel slid down in the hole and trying to get out. My back wheel busted the sidewall down, and so we're going to try to hook to it and pull it out here. Pretty slick. They can just drive right down along the edge there and keep pouring her in. They got the walls all done, got the brackets in the walls for the post. Yeah, I'm not sure if I videoed that at all or not, but they have like 4 pieces of rebar welded onto the bottom of these that stick down in the concrete, and yeah, I'm guessing they're at least 18 inches long. They were pretty long, the rebar were. We're putting the posts up today here for the calf barn. With these hoop buildings, you cut the top of the post on a little bit of a slant. The guy that's putting the barn up said he wanted it at a 13-degree angle. So yeah, and then you put a top plate on there like we're doing. Then we're going to put wire on the outside of here for the curtain, and then there'll be a board here at the top and a board at the bottom of there yet. about the best day we have to get this done. See how we're trying to make good use of it. We have the other side totally done. Now we're starting this side. We're coming down the homeward stretch. We got to put a few other boards on and one more board the whole way along the bottom, and we're pretty much done. We put all these walls up for the building yesterday. Got all the wire on. There will be a 4-foot curtain on each side. Yeah, right here is where the milk mixing room will be, where we mix the milk for the calves. We're gonna put a water heater in here. I think we'll probably put an 80-gallon in. We have a 50-gallon in down there where we have our calves now. But till we get done with feeding the calves and get done washing out the feeders and stuff, oftentimes we're about out of hot water. So we're going to pour a curb here along this back wall part of it, and there'll actually be a water heater right in that corner. Yeah, we got to build some walls in here and get it insulated so we don't have any trouble with it freezing. These guys make all their own trusses. They have the menu. They manufacture everything. The brackets, the trusses, the purlins, they do everything. They also, yeah, they do a bunch of other stuff. They make calf stalls for in like calf barns. They actually make milking parlor stalls. Yeah, it's a dad and several sons that have the business together. Yeah, we're getting ready to set the last one. That didn't take long. It's cold and windy today, and the longer the day goes, the more windy it's supposed to get. But they got to go through and put all these purlins in yet. Those metal pipes in between. At the ends, they're putting 2 like that. And then the rest of the way, they're just putting a single one. But there is 5 different spots on the truss, on the arch where they're putting them in. And then, like I said, they'll have cable that they put in kind of on an X at each end. It's starting to get exciting. It's starting to look like a building now. Well, they're all done with everything. There you can see where they stuck. Actually, the cables I said about, they stuck 2 in the center here. I don't know if you can pick that up on the video or not, but there's made like an X on each side here in the center. And then at the ends, they're just start down at the bottom and go up to the top into the second truss. So that makes everything good and rigid and tight. I'm really busy here today. We're getting the ends all framed in and getting metal on the ends. There's going to be a fan up there at the top. There where you can see, we're going to have a fan at each end. The one will be blowing in and the other one will be blowing out. They didn't get the metal on that end yet. The same guys that poured the concrete are framing the ends in. But we've been busy all day too. We're framing this room in where we're going to mix our milk. It's about a 10 by 10 room. We're insulating it, and we're going to pour a curb back here tomorrow morning to set the water heater on back along the back wall here. And they're also coming tomorrow to do start doing the electrical work. We're going to put 4 lights in here and yeah, run all the electric or the wiring they need for in the milk room here as well. So we got this concrete all poured. We put 2 by 10s up for the sides. I didn't think I wanted to make it quite that thick, but we have about 6 inches, probably 6 to 7 inches. Basically just wanted something that the water heater's not sitting down where it's going to get moisture on it. And then over in our other calf room, we usually have a small pallet where we keep some supplies sitting on right beside the water heater. So that's kind of the idea that we have here. So yeah, and then the drain will be right here in this corner, so that'll work out pretty good. We're putting 4 lights in up here. It's probably a little more than we need, but it'll make it lit up real well, so that'll be nice. The guys that did these end walls did a really nice job. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. This one fan is blowing in, the one at this end, and the other one's blowing out. We're in the middle of the calf barn, and here along the back wall, we had to seal the wall up at the back of the calf barn. But we're gonna have a curtain the whole way on the back of the barn, and we didn't really want to have 2 curtains. So we used some Oh man, now I'm forgetting what this stuff's called. Truss core panels, I think it is. Yeah, they're like a PVC poly. And I had to get a piece of trim for down here at the bottom. And we're gonna come out and go down over, and then the bottom of the curtain will be fastened on top of that. So we got some J channel for there at the top to slide in there, and should have had all of that here yesterday, but we didn't. We wanted to get it sealed up. So, but yeah, it won't take much to slip that all in here and get it finished up. And then it's actually inside. It's right here. It'll be inside, so the curtain will be able to be right on top of it and won't cause any problems or won't have any corners sticking out to tear anything. So that should be good. Completely done back here now. Got all the trim on. Got it all finished up.
You want it in the corner?
Yes. Okay, we're pretty much done with this room except for finishing a few trim pieces, and we got the water heater sitting here in the corner. I need to get all the water lines hooked up yet. I doubt I'll get that done today, or I'm pretty sure I won't. Yeah, just a couple odd things here and there like that. So, we got the door all in. The door works really good, so I'm thankful for that. This is one of the used doors out of our old calf milk room. We did not need it down there anymore, and didn't really have a use for it anywhere else, so we cleaned it up and moved it up here, and everything's working good. So this evening, checking a few last minute things here, talking about a few showers tomorrow and then some more steady rain Friday night into Saturday. It's Thursday evening here, and we're just about getting the electrical work wrapped up. We put some plastic over the lights and the junction boxes. They should be mostly waterproof, but yeah, with the roof not being on yet, we're trying to get everything done as much as we can, so when the tarp gets put on, we're ready to move calves in. Things are coming right along. We got a walk-in door here at this end. There'll be a garage door at both ends, one at this end and that end. They might not be quite in till we get the top cover on the top. I'm getting ready to do all the plumbing in here in the room. The line that comes up right there, I'm gonna have to cut it off and put a shut off on the end and then connect on everything. Need a line going to the water heater. And then I'll need two spots. I'll need a cold and a hot spigot coming down. One where we mix milk and one where we wash all the feeders and stuff out. Well, we got everything hooked up in here. The water lines are all put in. I got hot and cold water here. Here's where we'll be mixing milk. I got to put one more piece of pipe on here. I forgot to do that. Then over here is where we'll rinse stuff out. And yeah, we got everything hooked up there. Got water flowing out of both spigots. And that's cold and this is hot. And yeah, the water heater's all hooked up. The heater's in and running. Yeah, I want to put some caulking in the corners here, close a few things up or seal a few things up, and need two more pieces of corner trim, one for on here and one for over here, and fix a few things up here, and we'll I got to put some shelving up in here yet. I need to get some brackets. I need to get a couple new brackets, and I have some used ones I can put in here too. Calf barn's coming right along. They have the electric all done except for the controller for the fans. We want to move the controller from our old calf area up here, and then they're putting the curtains on. We'll need to wire that controller up yet. But other than that, the electric's all done. We'll flip the lights on. It's really bright. It's not completely dark out yet, but man, it really lights everything up in here.
Hey, what are you trying to tear apart? Getting some gates set up.
We got our first pen.
Are you gonna cut the top off?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, she stole a box. What's with these dogs? Teddy?
They're well tight tonight.
Penny just took a box and ran away. And now Teddy says, let me shred this box. Really?
Well, we're just talking here. So we're gonna pull the cover today. We have it all rolled out. They bring along some scrap pieces of plastic, tarp, and roll it out to lay it on. And then they have to slide. There's a 2-inch pipe that goes in a pocket at the bottom of both sides. And yeah, we have it up here. They'll slide that all in, and we'll be ready to pull it here in about an hour. Sliding the pipe in. there's like a pocket here on the inside. They slide about an inch or inch and a quarter conduit pipe through. And then in every one of them holes, they take a short, small ratchet strap and go from there to the truss to pull it tight from end to end. And then, yeah, once it's totally done, this end cover pulls down over the edge, and there's a strap in there they hook to another ratchet and pull it tight to keep the ends tight. The center is about an inch.
Go that way about an inch.
What's that?
Go that way about an inch.
About an inch this way.
Barely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's free. Looks like it could come this way an inch.
Yeah. No.
Actually, I can. It's right over the middle.
Okay. It is in the middle.
Yeah, I can see
This
it.
one's good then.
The second one.
What about this one?
Yeah, this is not.
That's one that needs to go maybe an inch. A little bit. Wow, that's pretty well centered. I don't see a line over here. Oh yeah, there it is. It's right above the center.
So let's put that pipe in from this side.
It's right above the center.
All right.
Yeah, well, we're just about pretty much done. You can see all those little ratchet straps that they put in there to pull it tight long ways. And then after they get everything pulled taut that way, then they tighten down the straps on the sides. So, ready to turn the lights on for the first time with the roof on. Yeah, in the dark.
Wow, that is bright.
Oh, look. The curtain's on today. We're putting a controller on the one side that'll automatically raise this one up and down. The other side's just going to be on a winch, so we're hoping to move calves this afternoon if everything works out okay.
Yet, so they're putting some plastic up as temporarily. I think they're supposed to come next week, maybe, not totally sure about that, but they'll just put some plastic up temporarily till the registrars come.
Moving the first calves in, here comes the trailer. So you say the oldest and the youngest?
totally empty in here now. All our calves are moved out. So have to clean it all out and move on to the next project.
You're gonna like this.
She's not sure. These are our youngest calves, and we moved them up here, and Arden's putting coats on them.
We really worked our tails off this week, but we got the calf barn pretty much done. We put the cover on yesterday, and they put the curtains on today. We helped some with that for a couple hours this morning. We have all the calves in here. The old barn, the pens were 8 feet out from the wall and then 12 feet wide the other way. They were 8 by 12. These green gates are 10 foot, and here they're 10 by 12. Well, we had 2 escapees already. I came out to check a couple things. I heard the calves up here bawling. I thought, well, I'm just going to walk up and look. And there was a gate here that, well, that is weird. We had put a chain on it with a snap, but it was tied with a string. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, I just thought they got the string open, but 2 of them got out. So I'm going to get them chased back in there and make sure it's shut right. Of course, she has to take the hard way and go up over the bale. Hey. Okay, we'll get the chain chained here and hopefully they'll stay in now.
First morning in the calf barn. They're all waking up. Oh, Carmen, she decided to come up here. Everybody is fed now. Got everybody fed, everybody drank good. And didn't have to do too much extra, except these little ones. They were down there in their individual pens. They hadn't been put on a feeder together. So this is their first morning. This is a temporary pen. These are the newborn ones. We just put that temporary for now. Arlen did that earlier today.
Moved all the controls over from our calf barn over in the other barn, and this here is the 10-minute timer right here that you can set to run whether you want it 1 minute or half a minute or anything between that and 10. Here's the controller that this will set the variable speed of how fast the fan runs, and this will set when it kicks off at that variable speed and runs full tilt. And then this is a thermostat that just overrides the whole system. When it gets above a certain temperature, it'll just override the whole thing and just run solid all the time. So that's pretty nice. We had that. I know they make a lot more sophisticated systems nowadays, but all digital, whatever they are. But this here's what we had down in the old barn. I said, hey, it's worked all these years, and we'll just move it up here, and it didn't cost us anything other than moving it. And we didn't need it down there. So anyway, it's been working out well so far. Right now we have it set that it's running about 1 minute out of every 10 just to keep a little fresh air flowing in here. We're getting our calf stalls put in here for our newborn calves. We have actually 2 heifer calves that were born yesterday that I need to go somewhere with. We only had 2 born since we moved the calves, heifer calves. This is the second one in that temporary pen. 2 of these front gates that had 4 stalls each. And we cut one off and connected it on here, my son did. You can see right here, he did a pretty professional job and made it so they're all 5 together.